ghouls, and creatures of all kind, and welcome to Wimplash, the horror movie podcast where each week two seasoned genre veterans introduce their yellow-bellied best friend to the wonderful world of horror movies. I am one of said genre fanatics. My name is Zach, and with me as ever, I am joined by a man who has gone from Muriel's beheading to Uriel's wet bedding. It's horror movie fanatic John Grizzly.
Hola, hermanos.
Hola, hermanos. That means, hello, brothers?
That's right, yeah. Estoy disfrutando mucho de este podcast. Espero que todos nuestros oyentes habla hispana también lo disfrutando.
Yes.
I hope I said that right. I don't think I did, but I tried.
Well, I mean, we've had earlier episodes where I struggle to understand our native language, so when it comes to Spanish, I'm absolutely fucked. Do you know what you just said?
Yes. Would you like me to translate it for you?
I would. I would like Google to translate it for me.
Well, what I said was, Hola, hermanos, estoy disfrutando mucho de este podcast. Espero que todos... I'm just mumbling over the words now. I said, hello, brothers. I'm really enjoying this podcast, and I hope all our Spanish language listeners are enjoying it too. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I forgot to look at the global spread of who we have listening. I hope we have some Spanish language listeners. What we do have, though, is another man joining us as ever. That is a man who is always looking for an excuse to take off his clothes and burn them. It's our very own little horror movie wimp, Willy Webborn.
That's very true. I do like to take off my clothes.
Do you burn them?
I could. And in the theme of John Grizzly, hola, podredos.
Podredos? What's that one mean?
Hello, rottens.
Oh, okay, I like that. I might be using that for the rest of this podcast.
Yeah, podredo.
Hola, Pedredo.
Yeah, when you said that whole Spanish, I was so prepared up until you just went on that tangent. I was like, I learned this word, and I learned cuando aceta la maldad, which is...
When evil lurks.
It's a great film.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
But before we jump into tonight's film, which you've already spoiled, because I know people who listen to the episode don't read the episode title. Grizzly, would you like to take the honours and let new listeners know what we are here to do?
Here on the Wimplash podcast, myself and Zach over here are genre fanatics, as he's already spelled out. Mr. Willy Webborn here is not a genre fanatic. He is not a horror fan. He is a big old wimp, the wimp of the Wimplash podcast. So we find good, bad, and in-between horror films for him to watch and react to, and gives us his opinions and what scared the crap out of him the best. Also here on the Wimplash podcast, we like to lighten the mood and frighten my dude. So be warned, we are discussing horror films, and with that, there will be uncomfortable topics. So if you're of a sensible disposition, run yourself a nice bath with some lavender. And if it's ever too much, the pause button is right there. You have the power, but if you do wimp out on us, you're going to give us 5 stars and pay us like 50 quid or something.
Just the 5 stars, and I mean this episode alone is going to have more than enough content to make people want to be sick on their knees, but there is one vital bit of information that we have not given the listeners, and Willy Webborn, what is that?
Spiders!
That is right, we are talking movies, and it would be a really fucking boring podcast if we didn't spoil anything. Now, decision paralysis in the age of streaming is an all too common occurrence. How often have you spent so long scrolling through platform after platform looking for something to watch that eventually you lose the time and patience to even fucking engage with a movie? Evening's ruined, turn the lights off, I'm going to bed. That is why, now more than ever, striking cover art is so fucking effective. Now, I knew nothing about tonight's movie before I first watched it. However, based off the cover art alone, I was instantly drawn in. A stark, monochromatic image of a woman kneeling moments away from burying an axe into her own face set against a dense red background was more than enough to get my little sicko brain frothing. And fuck me does this film deliver on its depravity. Part social commentary, part secular possession horror, Damian Rugna's When Evil Lurk is a purposefully nasty Argentinian horror movie that grabs you by both ears and drives you face first through an ever-escalating series of brutal moments. But William Webbington, did it have what it takes to get your undies more soiled than poor Uriel's?
That's very good. I must say, since starting this, tonight I am pantsless. I've been going through a lot more underwear than I previously did from this experience.
Did you burn them?
I gotta start to remember to burn my clothes at the end of the day. That might help with this way I feel. But, right, the question, did I find this scary?
Out of the gate, did you find this scary?
No.
And that has been Wimplash. Remember, 5 stars, £50, see you in hell.
Because it's that thing again, the separation. This was a South American possession. That's their demons. These aren't demons from my area. Those are like South American, like possession demons. I have no plans to live in South America, so it doesn't worry me. I just got to worry about like British heritage ghosts.
Oh shit, he's gone Farage on us.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know. I'm not going to, like, that. Their South American possession is something else in itself. So to watch a film, surely.
I don't think I agree. I don't think evil is localized.
Well, yeah, definitely. What's like the way they get haunted as such? In like, we listen to podcasts about like history and stuff, and the way scares are portrayed to them, like the boogeymen to them. They're the way this possession takes place of like the rotten. I don't think we get that sort of case in the UK.
Well, I don't know.
Oh no, there's a lot of fucking rotters in the UK. So I understand where you're coming from a folklore perspective, but this film has absolutely no bearing in Argentinian folklore.
Okay.
Basically, Damian Rugna, the writer-director, wanted to make a religionless possession movie, essentially. He wanted to make a movie about demonic possession that isn't all Catholics and cassocks, power of Christ compels you, holy water, and the day is done.
It's kind of built its own mythos with it, really, and it's interesting because it builds its own lore, which I really love that about this.
In a good way as well. I found that, especially given that everything is brand new information, I can't say all of it because there are some exposition dumps, but nothing feels particularly spoon-fed. I think it's very naturalistic in the way that as it goes along, it just drip feeds you the information you need to get the bigger picture of what's going on.
Yeah, oh, it definitely does. It does a really good job of that, I thought. Because I went into this blind, because I haven't seen this before, because this is a Zach pick. You put this on the wheel. I hadn't seen it before. It was recommended to me by my mate Leon, so shouts out to Leon. Good choice, mate. And I was drawn in from the first scene. I thought it was really well done, and then it keeps setting up this world, and it all felt interconnected. There was no holes that I could see. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I would disagree there in terms of holes, because in a world in which it sets up so much lore, I can't help but notice a lot of the characters are like, fuck the established rules, I'm just going to do what I want, and damn the consequences.
There was a lot of that, but I kind of realise now I've said it. Yeah, I've got some holes I was going to bring up later anyway, so I recant my statement straight away.
But this is what I mean, they create this whole lore as well of, this isn't the first time that you've heard of rotten.
But it's also so rare as well, because no one believes it's happening. It's like, I think there's a line in it, it's like, oh, that's the kind of thing that happens in the cities, we don't have it out here.
I wouldn't want to go out there to find out.
Well, I say we all, me and you, Webb's not so much as me, and Zach way less than me, but I live quite rural, like, I'm in the sticks. So I was loving how farm-based and nature-infused this was.
Yeah, I'm a big city girl, so I've got no stakes. Much like Webb, and I am not scared of Argentinians. Okay, so it didn't scare you. Did it have any effect on you? I know that's a broad question, but I feel deflated out of the game. You're like, I wasn't scared. I was like, what the fuck are we going to talk about for an hour?
If not scared, did it creep you out and kind of make you feel uncomfortable? Yeah,
because there's no way of escaping it. That's the scariness of the film. Like, as I said, like the scariness of all things, they're inescapable. But I managed to distance myself and just look at it as a great film because it was excellently made and a well said story.
So you had that disconnect. Do you think maybe it was a language barrier thing? Because obviously you're reading subtitles. That takes you out of the kind of the magic of cinema, as they call it. So you're reading subtitles. You're very aware this is not a thing you're witnessing. This is a film you're watching.
No, I leave subtitles on a lot as well. So it could have, sorry, this is kind of hard to explain because it is obviously scary. It's fucking horrific what happens when someone comes across a rotten. And what comes in path of that is just, yeah, I don't want that. Thank you.
So that ruined my next question. I was going to ask, did you forget to put the subtitles on and then just watch the film? Like, I have no idea what's happening right now.
They've possessed them all to speak Spanish. What the hell?
Podredo.
Podredo.
Yeah, all right, so it's a very sloppy, rotten person they find. Can we talk about this?
Oh, before we do you mind if I bring up our little game that I've started playing with Webbs?
Oh, yes, play a game with me.
It's a little game that me and Webb's been playing. We started it last week where we try and predict what you're going to call us in your intro.
Okay.
And I'm just bringing up the messages between us now. Where is it?
I'm just fucking upset that you guys messaged privately that I'm not involved.
Oh, you're not allowed in this one. There's a special...
No.
It's called the No Zach's chat.
Oh, yeah, well, I messaged myself, reassuring things about how cool and unique I am.
That's okay. Me and you've got our own little Baldies only chat, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
you get to talk about films you want to watch.
We don't, though. We just send each other interesting men that we find on Instagram.
We do find new men quite often.
We do find a lot of new men.
What?
Yeah, a new guy's just dropped. Yeah, a new guy's dropped. I got to share it with you.
Okay, have you got yours?
Oh, yeah, I've got mine. Sorry. So I assumed that you're going to call me or refer to me as a big rotten man under a stage. But you didn't. You went the other way. So, okay. Happy with that.
I went for a rhyme instead.
Yeah, that was good. A rhymed.
And I went for our brain-stewed little child in Maureen Ponderosa's arms.
Maureen Ponderosa. What a fucking shout. I get that. I see that entirely.
I tried to tie in Billy Joe Armstrong with brain stew as well, because that is a brain stew she is noshing on.
Oh, I just thought she was having some Reese's Pieces out the brainstem. Delicious.
I know a lot of modern films, when they get cinematic runs, do specific popcorn buckets that you can get for it. I would love it if the popcorn bucket for this movie was just Santino's head.
Here you are, sir, and here's your small Hispanic child's head for your popcorn. It's better than the Dune worm bucket.
I don't know. Oh shit, I was about to say something so bad. I know which one I'd fuck.
It's about to say I'm glad we both stopped ourselves, but you had to go straight through. Excellent.
Oh,
very
God.
well done. All right, so what we were about to talk about?
We were about to talk about Uriel the Rotten.
I thought he was great. The effects were brilliant. What do you think, Webbs? Did he creep you out at all?
Slimy.
What would you say if I were to tell you that was a puppet?
Huh?
Uriel, the rotten in the bed, entirely prosthetic.
Not even someone inside it?
3 people inside it puppeteering it.
No way. He was a heffalump. Amazing.
Yep, that is entirely a prosthetic being operated by 3 different special effects artists.
That's given me a shudder more than anything, to be honest. That feels horrible.
3 men in a man?
Is this Lemon Party?
Yes, that is actually very impressive. For me, he is like the immovable, like getting him out, like their solution to just, we gotta get rid of him. And it is great, but like when they're lifting him off the bed sheet and the thing's just, the weight of the water is just going to snap, and you're like, it could pop. Like, it's such a hideous sight of all this gunk and everything, and yeah, getting in the back of the van. So up to this point, my question is about the back of the van. Did I miss something when that kid got in the middle of the road?
That little asshole on his way to school, as they so rightly called him. I was questioning this as well, because I think it's meant to be a bit of a misdirect almost, because they swerve to miss the kid and all of a sudden Uriel is no longer in the bed of the truck. However, there is a shot out of the back of the truck where you see the kid in the road, and there is absolutely no big sloppy demon in the road.
Yeah, I thought that too, and I was trying to figure out at what point did this happen.
But is that also to jump to the end of the movie, the children from the school?
Yeah,
is
exactly.
it maybe they're sending out a little asshole on his way to school to make it swerve so that they can take Uriel and Grizzly him under a stage?
There's a great line later on. Evil loves children and children love evil. I think that's a tagline for the film, wasn't it?
I think that's in the Epstein files.
It certainly is.
Can we call the gentleman who owned the nice big truck Mr. Gilet Hat? That's how I remembered him. Mr. Gilet Hat, the neighbour.
Ruiz.
I think so far we're doing pretty well on the names. However, I do want to point out for the listeners that this is a Spanish language movie and we are three dull Welsh blokes. We are going to fucking butcher some names throughout the process.
Hey, I did okay earlier.
No, that was the most impressive thing today.
Just wait till we hear an actual Spanish speaker go, no, that's complete bollocks. He completely butchered it. Not that I know any Spanish speakers, other than myself. Hey.
I always wondered why your first name was Rodrigo.
Okay, Uriel, rotten man. He slipped out of his car.
Slipped into the road. Was it when they swerved? I mean, it's left up to your imagination, I suppose, or maybe they just didn't have the budget to do that, to show him disappearing.
Yeah.
So talking about budget, obviously this is a independent movie, and independent movies have a lot of sources of financing, and I understand, if I'm not mistaken, Rodrigo Grizzly, that you have a little game for us.
I do have a little game. So this will be the first of my little segments I like to call How Many Company Logos Are at the Start of This Independent Film? I'm workshopping the title on that one.
Can you give him like a horrible little jingle with that as well? Like,
I was just thinking straight up just atmospheric black metal for that.
Yeah, in fact, cut out whatever I say. Just my first little segment is called Can either of you tell me, just off the top of your dome, how many company logos appear at the start of this film?
Would you like to go first, William?
no.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Well, fuck me, I guess. Straight from the top of my dome to rock the microphone, I'm going to say there are 7 different title cards at the beginning of this movie.
Okay, that's 7 from Zach. Webbs, higher or lower?
I want to say that I did not count, but I think it's a lot lower.
A lot lower?
Yeah, I noticed it the first time I watched it. Can I put a number in?
That's the fucking game.
It's a 0 then, you twat.
A 0?
0 production cards at the beginning of the movie.
Well, production cards are like proper flip-ups, their own animation, right? There was names.
No, they were production cards.
There's quite a few.
Were there? Maybe I wasn't paying attention at this point. I didn't see production cards. I saw just the names in the credits at the beginning.
Well, this game has already gone off the rails. Would you like to tell me the amount?
0.
It was 8.
All right.
We have 8 company logos. Now, again, this might not be the best film to start doing this on because maybe 2 of them have just got 2 title cards I didn't understand were the same place. But there was Shudder. There was... Oh, fuck, my list has disappeared.
That works.
There were 8 company logos in total for this film. I nearly counted 10, but then I realised the titles had started and they were just telling us the name, a film by this person.
And are you going to list them?
No, because I've lost my fucking list.
Fair enough. That's true. So,
Fuck.
Shudder release, fucking absolutely adore Shudder. That company's brought so many great films into my life. This did get a small cinematic run, though. I would have loved to have seen this in the cinema. Just to watch, because, as I say, it is a film that is purposely nasty. I can't remember the exact quote, but which makes me a really good film reviewer. I read an interview with Damian Rugna, the director-writer, and he specifically said, I wanted to test the audience. I wanted to put as much stuff on the screen, go as far as I can, just to see if the audience will keep going with me.
Why don't horror films win awards? Like this, I feel, is award-worthy for like storytelling and composition of the whole film. Like, one point throughout this film, I was watching this film and I was like, why we don't often hear of horror films winning awards. This was a great film that could have easily won some awards.
They
for everything
very
that went
often
into it.
get snubbed at like Academy Awards.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, it's the genre, right?
It's, well, not necessarily, because at the Oscars just gone, two of the big winners were genre movies. You had Sinners and Weapons, both cleaned up.
Yeah, you are right there.
However, this film did have some accolades, just looking at it, just not as prestigious as the Oscars, should we say.
Okay.
And fuck me, this one's going to be hard. We had Festival International de Film Fantastique de
Grizzly. I gave it an award.
De Grizzly. It got the Critics' Prize and Audience Award. The Critics' Choice Super Awards gave it Best Horror Movie.
The Chicago Indie Critics Award gave it Best Foreign Film.
And Sitges, I'm so bad at pronouncing things, Film Festival gave it Best Feature Film and Bloody Window Award for Best Feature Film. So it won on some festival circuits, just not the big time.
The big mainstream ones, yeah.
It won the right kind of awards, not the fucking industry standard. We don't need the fucking industry. We don't need the Oscars. We want independent film festivals recognising independent movies for their independent DIY punk rock spirit. Fuck the Oscars. Fuck the mainstream. DIY. Sorry, I got very punk for a second then, I apologise.
I agree with everything you just said. Fucking right. Fuck the Oscars.
But we were talking about a movie.
Well, should we go through all like the horrific things that happen in this film?
Do you know what all the horrific things are, though?
Oh, I could list them if you want.
Yeah, Zach, I think it has to be the first.
Oh.
This is true. It's going to be hard to list the horrendous things that happen in this movie without jumping feet first into Ice Z's Body Count. And now I have to adjust my eyes in the dark room I'm in and look at my chicken scratch handwriting for the notes I made during this movie. Now, the first in the body count isn't an on-screen death, but it's the first corpse we see, so I'm taking it. It is the cleaner, who the brothers, the main two characters of the film, who we haven't even fucking mentioned at this point in the podcast. Pedro and we're going to call him Jimmy. There's a few... Jaime, they call him, but I'm going to call him Jimmy just to be safe.
Beret and beard.
Beret and beard. What a combination. The film begins, they hear gunshots in the woods outside their rural home. Jimmy thinks it might be poachers, but because of the erratic nature of the gunfire, Pedro, the older brother, is like, no, this is something bad. We're going to go look in the morning. We'll take the dogs. And they find partial remains of a human being in the woods.
Bisected,
guts everywhere, the hands all the way over there. It is, for the first 5 minutes of the movie, really fucking gory.
Tense as fuck as well, because you don't know what's happening here, and you get these such lovely establishing shots of this Argentinian countryside, and then, bam, hand on the floor.
Tenseness.
Fuck you.
And again, they do set up quite a lot already just in the story-wise, just in this scene, because you see the suitcase of golden compass in bits on the floor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They introduce a few different characters in passing. They talk about being on Ruiz's land. Could this be Ruiz looking for the puma that killed his goats? Could it be a poacher that Ruiz has killed? They talk about Maria Elena, I think the lady's name is. And they find the book in the remains containing a language that they don't understand and suspect is Russian.
Don't know why Russian.
Yeah, Russian, as far as I know, and I don't speak Russian, doesn't read vertically.
No, they have a Cyrillic alphabet, so it's not, yeah.
What does Cyrillic mean?
A Cyrillic alphabet, because most of the languages we have are like, I'm not going to go into this, I was about to get really nerdy with that now. Put a nerd alarm on.
I'm more interested in that than discussing the body count.
So we use a Romance language, so it all comes from the Roman alphabet.
Body
so
count, the
similar.
next kill in the movie.
Fuck off.
So the next kill we got a triple whammy in the body count. And that is the set piece, the poster for the movie. We get Ruiz blowing his goat. We get Ruiz's wife axing him in the face and then axing her own face off in one of the most fucking harrowing displays I've seen in a movie. That lady, a pregnant lady no less, kneeling on the floor and hitting herself in the face with an axe until her body slowly shuts down, and the last swing doesn't even make it to her skull before she collapses.
Excellent performance. Brilliantly done.
Who thought of that? Bravo to whoever thought of that as like a demonic self-kill. My God alive, that's gnarly.
On first watch of this, I didn't pick up on it that she was possessed in that moment, because we haven't really spoken fully about the rules of this, but there's one of the rules is if you kill the possessed or something possessed with a firearm, you will die. So as soon as Ruiz shoots the goat, bam, axe to the head from his wife, and then she asks herself a lot of questions. I didn't pick up on her being possessed and killing him. I thought it was just, something's going to happen. Oh, fuck, I've got to kill him.
I read it as a panic reaction rather than her being possessed.
I think later on, I don't know if it's confirmed, but I don't know, I think she was possessed, and that's what makes her kill him and then kill herself.
Yeah, whatever kills it with a bullet is going to cause an instant death. I also questioned, is she hitting him to just because he's fucked up? Is she like, fuck my husband? But then also does it pass on to him, pass on to her, axe face?
Is she trying to protect herself by killing him before he goes mental and starts killing her after she's shot the goat, which he's not meant to do?
Bah.
But I don't know. Bah.
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 So when I first watched it, I thought I got really confused as to why she went, get out of here, goat, and then he runs out with a gun. And it wasn't until this rewatch, and this is why I mentioned it in that first kill, is that they make a passing mention to Ruiz's goat being killed by a puma. And I think that's why she freaks out, because she goes outside and sees this goat that is dead. You see later on in the film, dead people come back unscathed.
That's the shit.
I didn't notice that till now.
That's the shit.
Yeah. So I think she sees this goat that she's already seen dead, and that's when she's like, oh no, evil be lurking.
Can I stop and just say I've stopped doing research after watching the film a lot, and it's because of this kind of thing. Like, the way you throw out facts blow my mind. That, well watched to you.
I thought it was a case of that because they keep reiterating, you'll know when you see her possessed. And I just thought, we're not part of this world. We're watching it from outside.
We're not Argentinian.
He's seeing. We're not Argentinian. They've got a completely different mythos to us. They're barely human. That's a quote from Willy Webborn. So I thought they're seeing this goat and they're seeing the possession that we're not seeing. But no, that makes way more sense. That's blown my mind a little bit.
Yeah, the goat was meant to be dead, and he's back, just playing starey.
I might be mistaken here, but when I rewatched it yesterday, because I've watched this twice now, there was like one quick shot of Ruiz looking at it, and it just past his head, I thought there was like a creature or something. Like, it didn't look like the right angle for him to have the goat right in front of him, because it looked like there was something standing there.
When you see the horns behind his head?
Yeah, was that?
I think it was just really great shot composition.
It might be, yeah, but I thought it was like, holy fuck, is that something else this time? Rewatching it, but no, I think it might just be a really good composition for a shot.
You're making it scarier now.
Good, that's what we want. I can see some energy coming back into.
Now you don't get to sleep tonight.
Body count, and this is going to be, for those of a more sensitive disposition, a hard one to fucking digest.
Fuck.
Roger the dog kills Vicky.
She gets XL bullied right through town.
Honestly, the first time I watched that, as I say, I'm a seasoned genre veteran. I watch a lot of very gnarly movies. That was one moment on my first watch where I got cold. I got cold and sweaty, and I was like, that doesn't happen in Argentina. That happens in Liverpool. See, it is something that happens in the UK.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
No, but it is just the realism of it. The way it's so casually ka-chomps on her head.
You know it's coming, though, as well, don't you? Like, you're just waiting. You're like, this is... like, the size of that dog's head next to the little girl's head is not a good comparison for that shot that you...
I have an affinity for big animals. I like big animals.
Yeah, but I like big animals.
He was such a good boy.
Not when there's a Podredo around.
Yeah, you're right. Why did no one believe about Podredo? It's clearly a thing that happens in this world.
Well, I think it's because, and just to talk about this scene in a wider context, imagine you have a restraining order against your ex-husband, and then he bursts through your front door, rips all his clothes off, and goes, "Give me the kids, there's monsters." You're probably going to have more questions than going along with his mental plan. But also, this is what I was saying earlier in the podcast about people ignoring warning signs in the rules, is that he just fucking throws all his Uriel goopy clothes on the floor, and they see the dog sniffing round, and it is a big old gorgeous dog. They should know that, okay, because they even make passing mention again of animals being affected by it. Don't let the dog lick the goop, it'll kill the girl.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice the dog licking the goop?
No, I didn't notice the dog licking the goop.
Webborn, what did I say about talking loudly?
Sorry, I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't notice the dog licking the goop. I'm sorry.
And for those at home listening, you can't see the way that Webborn is gripping his face like he has a migraine right now.
It's hot. You fucks. You fucks. You absolute fucks. It's hard to watch these films. It's hard to catch these moments that explain bad things are going to happen. You're just waiting for bad things to happen.
But I like it because you're sat there behind your pillow, just in all fairness to you, for someone who is admittedly terrified of these things, getting through it and trying your best just to get to the credits. And that's why I like then coming at you with these facts, because it just recontextualizes little bits that you missed. And hopefully, I feel, gives you either a deeper appreciation of the material or a soggier seat.
Both. Same time.
Would you like me to cheer you up a little bit with a little fact I learnt?
I don't know.
This is a nice fact. This is a nice one. So the goat that got shot
Okay, I'm in.
by Ruiz. Oh, you're in now. That was talking about a goat getting shot.
Cook it.
Though they were going to cook that particular goat for the crew, have a barbecue with him. But I think the director said, no, he did an amazing job. Like, that was a hell shot. That was 10 hours with the goats fucking about. They couldn't get what they wanted to happen, and they finally got that shot, and it was perfect. He's like, no, don't kill the goat for that. A year later, the farmer sent a picture to the director of the goat and its new kids. So it's had a new lease of life, and it's had kiddies now. So there's a little happy fact for you.
I needed that, thank you.
There you go.
That helps, thank you.
Right, let's bring him back down. Next kill, Zach.
Body count, Roger the dog gets shot.
Yeah, twice.
Poor Roger.
But again, using... And I've got the rules listed. I don't want to discuss the rules post-body count, but one of the main rules is don't use firearms on the infected, the rotten, the possessed. And in the process, obviously, Pedro's ex-wife's new husband, father of Vicky, the little girl, he's just seen his daughter, she's like 3 or 4, get absolutely decimated by a giant dog.
Carried
Carried out of the house by her face.
Yeah.
Understandable in his grief, picks up a gun and takes the dog out. Which, if what we've discussed so far, means the possession spreads onto him because body count, he absolutely decimates his wife with a flatbed truck straight to the top of the dome.
And technically his daughter as well, even though she's already dead.
That was one of the creepier things, and that's why I wanted to ask you, Webb. And after that scene where he's run his wife over and he peels his bloody face out of the airbag and he looks over, and Vicky, the little girl, is just doing a happy little dance next to the car. How did that make you feel?
Dad will come home in the car and pum. My God. And then she's just dancing. Pum. Oh, my God.
And pum.
That's what she says, pum.
She says pum. She does say
actually?
pum. I made a note of that.
I thought she said Dad's going to kill you.
No, Dad's going to come home in the car and pum. And then she's celebrating like the little...
Do we need to add pum to the bingo?
No.
There'll be more pums,
Pum
I'm sure.
is someone getting right. Pum is going on the bingo as somebody who gets killed by a car.
Pum.
Have you guys ever been pummed in a car?
No, not quite pummed, but I've had a pomegranate.
Notice how I didn't react to that.
It's hard. It's hard because it's fast, you know?
Straight face. He's quick.
But he's bollocks.
So you said about Leo peeling his own face off his airbag. Leo's story's done. We have no more.
We can only assume
his...
he dies because he used a firearm, but I don't think we see or hear anything more about him. That's just he's out the film then.
I don't know. It's a question of who else uses firearms in the film. Do they all die, or is there a part where if you use a firearm, the most horrific things will happen to the things around you, but you have to live through it?
Might be a mistranslation that because I read it as if you use a firearm, you will die.
Yeah.
It might be if you use a firearm against them, death will occur. Maybe that's how it goes, but I don't know.
So talking about mistranslation, I was listening and I admittedly didn't get through the full 4 hours of Podmortem's episode on When Evil Lurks. But the host of Podmortem did point out that in an interview with Damian Rugna, he actually mentioned that rotten isn't the term used to describe the possessed. It was actually a mistranslation on Shudder's part when they uploaded it. And the actual word they used is more along the lines of consumed.
Oh,
You
good pun
ruined
band.
it. No, sorry, you didn't
I
ruin
was
it.
like, fuck you ruined it. Shudder ruined it with their mistranslation.
Yeah, no. Fucking shit. Like, they ruined it. You didn't ruin it. Ah, bastards.
We'll stick with rotten. Also, to go back to what Grizzly said, great band.
Yeah, great band. Supported them once, strangely.
Oh, I was about to say, did you go in the garage? Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, supported them. Yeah, we played.
Sanze.
Shout out to the garage. I don't even know that place is still going.
Don't
That's been
care,
a
that
few
place
years.
is a fucking hellhole. Body count. Santino gets turned into a novelty popcorn bucket. It's in my notes.
Hey!
Wow.
Oh, delicious snack.
So I love this because we're really not talking much about the plot of this movie at all. But to give some context, Santino is the son of Pedro, our main character, and his ex-wife, whose name I can't remember for the fucking life of me. The lady who just got pummed.
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Maureen Ponderosa, thank you very much.
So later down the line, the kids, so Santino and his older brother, who is called
Jair.
Jair, have been taken by Pedro to escape the potential evil lurking. The car-battered corpse of Sabrina turns up and takes Santino in the night. And it cuts to a scene later on where you see Jimmy, Pedro's brother, driving down the road looking for them. And, oh, God, it is fucking gnarly. Sabrina, the mum zombie, walking down the road holding the limp, lifeless, fontanelle-less corpse of her youngest son, eating his brain out of his head with no fucking care in the world.
Like fucking M&M's. Delicious.
It is fucking disgusting. That's another one, like the dog bite. That was one that really kind of stopped me in my tracks. Like, whoa, was not expecting that.
It was the first initial drive-by. It was like when he first drives past, it seems like an animation, but it's almost like robotic, glitchy when she's going in and grabbing out the brains to nosh on. Yeah.
The brain nosh. Delicious. And then, of course, second pum.
Second pum also leads to the better brain scene, in my opinion, because after she gets repummed and she's lying through the windscreen talking to Jimmy, also subtly making mention that Jimmy and her had an affair behind Pedro's back. As she's saying that, did you notice her brains slopping out of the hole in her forehead?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. It was just
Wonderful.
wrong.
It's like Damian Rugna went out of his way to make the nastiest fucking movie he could, and hats off to him, he had a fair old fucking crack at it.
He did very well. Fuck me.
Body count. The next one is a character we haven't actually mentioned at all in the podcast so
and
far.
there's another one as well that we haven't mentioned, and I want to mention how much this one pissed me off.
There's a few we haven't
We
mentioned.
will get to that, my tiny friend.
Fucking...
So, honourable mention body count to all of the adult bodies that Pedro and Myrta find under the stage in the school. Later down the line, just for some story context, they find Myrta, who is an ex-cleaner, a cleaner being the type of person who is sanctioned to kill a rotten. They have the golden compass, they give it the old Philip Pullman treatment, and are trained in a way to remove the rotten without causing further spread. They are hunting down Uriel's body that got lost off the back of the flatbed, and they trace it to a school. And in the hall of the school, where the stage is, they find under the stage a fucking pile of human bodies, which the possessed kids are using to hide Uriel's body. And then body count, Myrta gets a hammer-smashed face.
Oh, Cannibal Corpse. Good man.
If any movie needs Cannibal Corpse, it is this goddamn movie.
Absolutely.
Fuck Ace Ventura. This is the real Cannibal Corpse movie.
And the brother Beret was tapping the older dim electric lady.
Yeah, seemed to be,
I didn't pick up on that until rewatching it, and Jem, for the listeners, my wife, pointed out earlier, she's like, oh yeah, and he has the affair with the older lady. I was like, you what?
Weirdly enough, my wife also picked up on it when I didn't either, so hats off to our wives.
Hats off to our very intelligent wives. Wife. But yes, the children in the school are, as you said, evil like children, children like evil. They are basically protecting Uriel's body at this stage because it is being used to birth a demon. I don't necessarily want to say the Antichrist because it is pointed out earlier in the movie that the churches are dead. Listening to interviews with Damian Rugna, he has said, like, this is not a religious movie. He purposely said, I hate religion. He's like, I'm not a religious person. I hate religion. I didn't want it to be a religious movie. I still wanted to do demonic possession.
Fair. I'm with him.
Yeah, so it's not an Antichrist per se, just a little red boy who's very evil.
I think the body count has sidetracked this from a lot of different characters that we've met before we even get to our little boy who comes cracking out.
Cracking Out Little Red Boy is the perfect way to end a movie.
That's another good band name.
Little Red
Cracking
Boy.
Out Little Red Boy.
Oh.
Well, let's get the body count done, and we will go back and talk about all these, because we need to discuss these.
Last two to go. We've got Uriel gets his head keithed in. That's a bingo for you. And then Hair, the other son, eats Nan.
Oh my God.
And is this the thing that you wanted to discuss, Webborn? The one that's burning you up inside?
Well, Nan didn't believe them, first of all. Why did Nan should be wiser and older? Like, I believe them.
Not all old people are wise, Webbs.
Well, she's heard of it, right? And then she's like, oh, so what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't list names. Azrael. She doesn't have this accent, obviously, but...
She starts that ghost song.
But...
Beelzebub.
Never heard
But Nan is a real bad problem in this whole situation because she brings a lot of shit to them, in my opinion.
A lot of them are a big problem in this situation. They've all got flaws.
I think the biggest problem Nan brings is the nonsensical nursery rhyme that she sings, where it's like, don't look a demon in the eye. They will fuck you and ruin your taxes. Sandwiches are evil if you look at them twice. Don't kill it with a gun or I'll kill you with one too.
Are you okay? Nan is not well.
Nan's a pillhead, I keep telling you. She's a pill
She's
freak.
off her tits.
Is she? Where was that implied? Or are you just implying this?
That is implied when, going back to when Sabrina turns up to take Santino, and her and Santino are in bed, and Nan wakes up all groggy, and Sabrina takes the boy, and later when she's talking to Pedro and Jimmy, she said, oh, I've popped too many sleeping pills, I wasn't paying attention. That's why her jaw was out here the whole time. She kept rubbing everything going, oh, I feel so fucking good.
I can vibrate through a wall.
But also, like, Grandma had, like, electricity. This is the other thing that we are being warned about, why I called the older lady dim electric lady, because she knows not to use electricity. Does electricity count as battery power?
Yeah, it's electricity.
So Nan had a cuddly toy with a bear in this situation that, like, we're in a house where she sees there's no electricity, and even though it's comforting for Jair, or whatever his name is...
It wasn't, it was the other son.
Even where?
Good point you bring up, because does that not act as a beacon for Sabrina to find them?
The Sabrina, the brain-dead bitch, she turns up and just makes a snack.
Good.
And that is the body count. Now, we've gone through a few of the rules. Would you like me to list them off for you, just so we've got a better understanding of the rules at play in the demonic possession in this movie?
Please do, because there's a few that have just got holes that I want to talk about. So let's go from the top.
The first one, I didn't understand. So I've got the list here, and it might just be an AI Google overview translation missing something. But the first rule says, be nice to Bambi. He's having his toes off in the morning.
I think AI's gone mad there.
What? I get so invested to what you're saying, and then you come out at the end like that. Fuck you. I'm like ready, like, for a fact. And then Bambi's got Not his toes, fuck, boys.
He's not been looking after his
fuck-
sugars. Man.
I'm thinking.
The 7 rules to survive the demonic possession in Evil Lurks are: number 1, don't use electric lights.
That's going to hold straight away, because I always like when there's rules for, like, demons and stuff. I always like thinking back to the history of it when, you know, I know this is a non-religious one, so what if demons or whatever these creatures are were around before electricity was invented?
It's like the Welsh language, though. It predates a lot of modern conveniences. So that's why a lot of modern things with the Welsh translation, they basically just take a vowel and turn it to a W, like a bus or a tuxi.
You're not wrong, actually. That is actually completely true. But I will not have any poppity ping in here. It's called a microdon, motherfuckers. It's a microdon, which basically means microwave. 2 different Welsh words jammed
It
together.
also means a very small megalodon.
Little shark. Do. I'm not singing
Rule number 2, do not stay close to animals. Animals are highly susceptible to becoming possessed or rotten.
it. Fair, yeah. I've got no problems with that one.
I don't want. Yeah, this was one of the. I normally care about the dog a lot more, but it wasn't the size of the dog. It was the fact that we were told that animals have this high what's the word?
Susceptibility.
Susceptibility.
They've got high sepsis.
High sepsis.
High fructose corn syrup. Don't take anything from the possessed. Now, this, I don't think, comes up in the movie.
Maybe, possibly.
They do say don't take anything from the house when they're leaving. So that's why he's going to get rid of his clothes and stuff. Not just because it's covered in gunky.
I got it.
He's got it.
You know, I think, right? You know the rotten guy falls off the bed when they're picking up by the sheets, and there's a little box that falls on the floor, and Beret looks down at it. He might take that box, which might have had the bullets in it, which he puts on the table.
You're not wrong, actually. That's a very good... See, look at you being a little detective.
Yeah, that he took something from the rotten that fell out of the bed. There's no other explanation other than the gun in the room why he has the bullets.
So it does harken back to earlier in the film where you see Jimmy Berryman sat before everything really starts kicking off, and he sat there with a singular bullet in a napkin.
Okay.
Is that meant to symbolize that he is, and again, just to go on a really dark tangent, days away from making the ultimate decision? Why is he carrying a singular bullet and contemplating it so often? Is he looking to use that on himself?
Is he thinking of topping himself, is what you're trying to say?
I was trying to be,
We've already given them the spoiler. Guys, sensitive subjects will be joked about.
Is he going to fucking Kurt Cobain himself?
Fill up an arrow in first, shotgun up the face.
I haven't got time to start going down this discussion. No way can someone who has that much smack in their system pull a trigger with their toe. Rule number 4, do not hurt them.
That's fair. I mean, if you're making the rules about yourself, don't hurt me. I'm a demon. Leave me be.
Do you think then, in moving Uriel's body and then it getting coffin flopped out of the back of the truck onto the road, causing him pain, do you reckon that is when evil lurks?
Oh, well, that's gravity's fault. So he's not really attacked the Earth. Well, he has, actually. No, never mind. Take it back. Apocalypse.
Yeah, falling out the back of the truck. The only way that could be a consequence is they put him on the truck, but that no one actually hurt him. I lost myself for a second. I imagined Grizz dressed as the Mr. Leaky. I just saw that in my head, like as a Halloween costume. You being.
I told you to stop thinking about that.
I don't know. I could see it for a second. I got lost in that, and then flopping out the back of the truck.
Stop thinking about Grizzly leaking.
He is a leaky boy, though.
Well, Shania, love leaks.
Number 5, never call evil by its name. So although specifically they don't name the evil that is in Uriel, as you said, Nan starts singing that ghost song and naming all of the demons in hell in the back of the car.
And who starts repeating it?
Tyre.
We haven't brought up Jair as a character as like...
No, we'll have to bring that up soon, though.
Oh my God, he's going to be the finale, I believe.
I will just say, I really want some apple ice cream. That sounds fantastic.
I fucking hated that. I think that was the scariest thing in this entire fucking movie. Apple ice cream.
That sounds great.
Do you see green apple, Grizz? like a green apple ice cream or a red apple ice cream.
Yeah, okay, all right. Off topic, favourite apple, go. Granny Smith, yes! There is a reason why we're such good friends.
And it's only that, no other reason.
Yeah, try that as an ice cream. I nearly called it an ice cream then. An ice cream.
Yeah, try that ice cream.
All right, I'll try that. I'll try and get us green apple ice cream. I think we'd all like that then if we're all granny boys.
You've had ice cream with an apple pie, both amazing. Just make it in one. Done.
I've had a wank in a burger. Doesn't mean I'm going to fuck a burger.
You just said you've had a wank in a burger.
I've
That's the same
had a wank on a burger. Just imagine that. Like, it's like rubbing your tummy and tapping your head at the same time. Have a wank and eat a burger at the same time.
Obviously hot dog, mate. Come on, it's the shapes. You know what's
Yeah, but
going
I'm
on
going to
there.
wank off my hot dog and eat my own dick.
Shit, yeah, you can get confused, can't you? It's a dangerous time. And you know what Terry
Fire
says?
says?
Never not be safe.
Number 7, do not be afraid of dying.
That makes sense. I mean, the way she describes it, I think it's... we're going to have to talk about it soon. Myrta who gets murdered, who, incidentally, is played by the woman who released the doves at the end of the Michael Jackson trial. But anyway... Whatever you fear will come true. So he's scared of losing his kid, so Sabrina turns up and turns him into a popcorn bag. So, okay, yeah, I get that.
Wait, what?
She says the reason Sabrina turned up and took the kid, and that's why he doesn't go after his wife who's taken... What was the son called? Santino, is because Pablo was scared of that. That's what he was terrified of, Sabrina taking the kids off him. So he's like, no, you come with me to go find Uriel, whereas your brother goes find him, because your brother's not scared of losing the kids. So that's why that kind of manifests.
Oh, that took me a second, but I got there. Wow. Bravo.
I think I just explained it poorly.
No, I think you explained it fucking perfectly. And talking about Jimmy being not afraid, you've got to be unafraid to walk around wearing that fucking hat.
That was the most terrifying thing about this film, finding out that Argentinians wear berets so often.
They like rugby.
Wow.
They like rugby. It's a rugby hat.
A beret is not a rugby hat. I know nothing about sports, and I don't know why this has pissed me off so much, but a beret is not a rugby hat.
Yeah, definitely is a rugby attire. If you search in like some Six Nations
wrong
or
with your
in
brain?
France,
in the Six
yes.
Nations, yes, because one of the Six Nations is France. What is... Get off. Get off the ball.
I'm in a different side of the world to you boys. I'm a wimp. Fuck off.
Scrum caps you're thinking of, you nutcase. I've never seen a scrum with a beret.
So, geopolitics with Willy Webborn. We have learnt this episode that you're terrified of Argentinians, and anyone in a beret is a rugby player.
Rugby culture.
Rugby cop? Now that's a movie.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Is there one more rule, please?
That was all the rules. We did all 7 rules. Are we to look at the rules of our own podcast? And would you like to have a quick bingo?
Let's have a bingo.
And the music for the bingo will go here.
Wimplash Bingo.
Welcome to Wimplash Bingo. The rules are simple. We have started noticing odd trends in horror movies that we would like to discuss. Now, I'm going to read out each one by one, and then if you boys have noticed them in this movie, point it out and we'll have a discussion about it. And we are starting with the GOAT, the one that started Wimplash Bingo, a woman not touching the floor.
Yeah.
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 Yeah?
Yeah, I saw one. Yeah. The way she jumped out that window.
Yeah, Sabrina's not touching the floor on the way down, but does that count?
It's not a woman not touching the floor as in floating around.
No, I think mid-flight doesn't count.
Does gravity
Her jumping
count?
out of a window. Gravity always counts. That's why I'm still here.
I mean, technically, if we're on those rules, any film where a woman runs would technically be a woman not touching the floor, because there's that moment where both feet are off the ground. I think it has to be a supernatural floaty woman, personally. But we are a democracy of 3. The floor is open for discussion.
No, I agree. It's got to be a supernatural floaty.
Yeah.
Or a hanging.
As we found out in The Conjuring.
That was also a supernatural hanging, because she's not really there. She's a spooky ghost.
This is a fairly gravity-heavy episode.
It had some gravitas. Yes, it did.
Patatas gravitas. There we go. There's a Spanish language joke for you.
Well done.
Excellent.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Moving swiftly on, a spooky staircase.
I'm saying no. I don't think there was one. What do you think, Webbs? Did you see one?
I'm thinking, and I don't think... this is what I mean. It wasn't hitting my tropes that I was looking for. Is tropes the right word?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I think I used a good word there. The tropes I was looking for in a film that actually... We've based this bingo on things that have scared in the worst moments of films, and this one didn't have a lot of them, particularly.
No, not really, I don't think. No, you're probably right there. This is an unorthodox film.
Unorthodox, Argentinian. Is there a difference?
Fuck off. Have you got a spooky staircase there, mate?
I'm going through my... As you can see, I'm highlighting my bingo notes. I don't think I had a spooky staircase.
The only staircase is going up after Mum's come downstairs and left the boy alone with his dead mum. But that's not it's not a spooky staircase.
Again, also, if you are listening at home and you notice a bingo call that we miss,
oh, please.
hit us up either at wimplashpod on Instagram or wimplashpod@gmail.com. We will not get back to you.
Or run up to us in the street and scream in our faces.
Post it.
Yeah, write it on a post-it note, sellotape it to your head and fuck off.
Okay, moving swiftly on. A bad time for a bath.
No baths.
There is, in fact, a bath very early in the movie, shortly after discovering Uriel for the first time when Jimmy and Pedro go home. That is when Jimmy is playing with the bullet at the table. It cuts to a shot of Pedro having a bath.
Oh, fuck, I missed that.
I don't know if that's a bad time for a bath.
After finding a possessed person.
That's a good time to have a bath. I would want to wash anything about... I wouldn't call that a bad time for a bath. That's the one exception of this film where I would want to wash after meeting Mr. Leakey.
Yeah, you're not wrong, to be fair. That's
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so yes, it is a bad time for a bath because it's in this film, but it was a good time for a bath.
This film is subverting everyone's expectations.
Yeah. It's a great fucking film. It's fucking fantastic.
We haven't praised it enough so far because it really is brilliant. We've spoken a lot, but I don't think
We've
we've
got a
praised
whole
it,
bloody
but
section
yeah.
coming up to praise it. We are playing bingo, goddamn you.
Yeah, you're right. Next one.
A hospital for sad people.
No, a school for weird kids. The Xavier Institute for Weird Kids.
Yes, unfortunately, no hospital for sad people. Next one I think we all had is a gunky mum.
And bonus point, a gunky son. There are several of them.
Oh, gunky lineage.
Yeah, a lineage of gunky boys.
So gunky mum, of course, Sabrina, post Pum Pum, she got Kylie Minogue.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a particularly gunky mum, and I suppose you could say there are gunkier mums existing inside two little boys.
What?
What a weird sentence.
Sorry.
Oh, grandma. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, well, does it count as a gunky mum if she's being digested?
Yeah, that's... It's not full form. It's quite liquidous.
Liquidus, tenseness.
Again, the subversion of themes. Gunky mum I always saw as a whole person.
There was the gunkiest mum. She was the gunkiest mum when Jimmy was following her in the car.
Was Maria Elena, Uriel's mum, a gunky mum? Because she seemed to be spending a lot of time wiping gunk off her son.
She was cleaning up a lot of gunk off his lips, yeah, that's true.
The gunk on your lips lets me know that you need me, in the words of Ronan Keating. Moving swiftly on, a series of bastardly men.
I'd say yes, there was a series of bastardly men. The police were fucking useless. The mayor was a bellend who didn't even show up for any of this.
Fucking Pedro and Jimmy are both twats.
Jimmy's an adulterer, and Pedro, right? Sabrina, on that phone call part, she calls him a murderer, right?
There's a lot. We'll go into Pedro in a bit because I got a lot
You
to
say
say.
in a bit, we are very close to the end of this podcast.
Yeah, you're not wrong, actually.
Talk about it now.
No, let's get into
Talk
Pedro
about it
then.
now.
All right. Pedro, shall I do my quick fire thing like I did? We'll bingo first, then I'll quick fire.
No one got slipknotted.
No.
No.
Uriel got his head keithed in. I'm just angry. So, Pedro, tell us about him.
Pedro, he makes so many fucking mistakes in this film. He completely not misses, just ignores all the rules that have previously been set up and told to him by his mum because he already knows all the rules. He just turns up, goes, we should have a look at him. We won't kill him, but we'll move him. Dickhead. I know it's Ruiz's idea. He goes along with it. He still has gunk on him, doesn't tell anyone, takes his trousers off in his ex-wife's house, bit fucking weird. Dog eats it, dog eats the kid. He just ignores all these rules. If he'd just not gone to get his kids from his ex-wife, they would have been safe. He's the one who's kind of infected by the possession. He makes the wrong move every time. His history, he's got a load of problems back there. Like his wife said that she fucked everyone. Did you pick up on them mentioning that he blocked the exhaust pipe of the heater? He tried to kill his disabled son.
Oh, fuck.
So it's heavily noted that a lot of the tension between them is built off the fact that he wasn't ready to be the father of a child with as severe autism as Jair. She mispronounced it. And yeah, that's why their relationship broke down, because you see in a lot of instances that he is a hothead and he overreacts instantly, like he grips a policeman because he's not listening to him. So yeah, it's heavily implied that he tried to kill his autistic son.
Oh, sorry, I had something and it just gone. I was just thinking about it. Oh my God.
So did Pablo. He had something in the heat at the moment, and he gave it all away by trying to kill a child.
My question, who's Pablo?
Who's Pablo? Fuck. What an idiot.
It's not Pablo?
Pedro.
No, it's Pedro.
Pedro.
Yeah,
Pedro,
you
for
came
fuck's
in
sake.
with you had it right the first time.
I did, yeah, and then I got it wrong. We should probably talk about Jair as well, because we haven't mentioned him much. He is, I've got to say, played very, very well. The acting is fantastic. Jair has got very severe autism, so he's unresponsive, he's locked in. That was used to devastating effect when they've kind of say, well, we haven't talked about Myrta much either, we'll get there in a second. She notices he's possessed, look at his hands. The demons inside him can't work him out because autism's weird.
Grizzly's words, not the movie.
Well, don't start this.
Yeah, I realised what you said, I agreed with it, and I was like, no, hang on, Grizz. You bad. I forget about that.
Autism is a neurological condition where your brain doesn't work the same way as neurotypical people's does. I think that's a fair way to put it, I hope.
And thank you for using the correct terminology. But yeah, they do play up the fact that when possessing someone, a demon doesn't really know how to interact with an autistic mind, and it can take longer for the possession to take hold. And I think it's played to brilliant effect because, as you say, he's locked in, he's nearly non-verbal. And then there's that scene where the grandma is sitting there and he walks in because he won't get out of the car. That's another thing. He's, as a lot of autistic people have routines and they're uncomfortable in situations that they're not used to, and they can't get him out of the car. Pedro's sleeping in the car with him to comfort him. And then all of a sudden he walks into the house and goes, "Oh, Nan, I'm really cold. Can you make me something to eat?" And it is
it's devastating.
Fucking spine-chilling.
Oh, my God.
That is probably the hardest hitting scene of this whole... There was so much hard hitting, but because we can identify autism these days and how it non-verbal affects people, to see that possession take over and use perfect vocabulary, recognizing, and you're just like, wow, that is horrendous. Like,
and his grandmother seeing it and going and knowing full well, is like, oh God, I know what's happened here. It's devastating. And it's, did you pick up on, because he says he's cold, he puts on the sheepskin to become a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh,
pick up on that symbolism there? Yeah.
This film has it all. This film really does have it all, mind. It's so hard to cut this short because it's just so... It's a really good film.
Well, should we talk about the ending scene? Well, I say the ending scene. Myrta and... I was going to call him Pablo again.
Well, before we do,
Pedro.
let's jump to the actual ending scene, because what we were just discussing with the Nan and Jair pays off, as at the end of the movie, Pedro is sitting down and he's trying to feed Jair apple ice cream, which is one of his comfort foods and what he really wants.
It looked great, that apple ice cream.
I disagree. I think apple is a terrible flavour for ice cream.
Pedro had
You're
four
an
of them.
awful person.
He had 4 of them in the freezer. Fair dues.
Like when Aldi puts the lobster crisps on at Christmas, you got to stock up or they're gone.
I would rather eat my own eyes than apple ice cream and Losber Crips.
Losber Crips.
I was saying, God damn it, it's going off topic. The scene, he's feeding his son ice cream and he turns away and he can hear Jair choking, and he's got a spoon in his mouth and he's like, "What? Take your time, come on now, you know this." And he takes the spoon out and he's still choking, and he tries to get something out of his throat and starts pulling clumps of hair that get bloodier and bloodier. and up comes Nan's pendant that she's been quite obviously wearing throughout the film, implying that when left alone, during the scene where Haya's possession takes hold, he ate his entire fucking Nan.
It's even brought up, I mean, I don't know if you guys picked up on this, because I didn't the first time. The young boy who we haven't mentioned at all.
Uriel's brother.
Because he's kind of like abandoned by his mother and Uriel being taken away. He's like, can I stay here? You can stay in the saddle room, you're not coming in the house, give me that gun that you've got. When they get back there after this entire ordeal, he kind of mentions, and kind of, it's a little bit of a, not really an exposition dump, it's a kind of the entire film dump. He tells you what's happened. He basically tells you he ate his mum, same thing happened to your mum.
Oh, shit.
Did you pick up on that at all? Because I didn't the first time I watched it, but the second time I did.
I think at that point, I was just like, there's just been so many heavy things have happened in the last 80 minutes. I was like, I'm starting to allow myself to decompress knowing that the credits are coming. And I don't think I fully registered with that bit.
Yeah, he kind of explains what happened. Yeah, it's such a horrifying film.
With that as well, the part at the end of like the lump of hair and the necklace hitting the floor, necklace kind of disappears into the floor. I noticed that on a rewatch. What was that about?
Stomach acid and apple ice cream.
Oh, fair enough, that'll do that. But
I assume
Jair as well, with his eyes flick up at his dad.
A very knowing look.
Yeah, knowing as in still possessed, or knowing as in...
Well, I think a lot, again, another thing we recognise in people with autism, especially with extreme autism, they don't like eye contact and they avoid it at all costs. So this, Jair is back to, maybe the demon's worked out to act this way still, or it's not quite as there. So his kind of like flick up and a little knowing look to his dad kind of shows the demon's still in there, it's still possessing him.
Or does Jair know what just happened? Because the other boy knew what he did to his mum.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, I think we've pronounced his name about 16 different ways. Now, we are very close to the end of the podcast, so I'm going to give that one opportunity. Is there anything further you want to bring up before we get to rating and reviewing?
We do need to talk about the scene in the school.
Yeah.
With Mirta. Yeah, the big kind of climax of what happens.
Who was it? Who's that?
Well, we don't know. Is it the
little
devil,
red boy?
Demon?
Who is the little red boy who comes...
He's bad news, Webbs. That's what he is.
Did you have a little giggle when Mr. Leakey's head popped out of the stage?
I did, yeah.
And you said, "Come kill me! Come kill me!"
Hi, hello. It's like Whack Attack, that old game from the 90s.
But he did get hit. Oh! He got his head keefed in.
Yeah, we've mentioned it like twice.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, sorry.
Welcome to the podcast.
Mad things happen in this. Mad. I've learned too much today this has been a whirlwind again. How do you develop these? I'm flabbergasted.
Mirta annoyed me, I just want to say. She's cagey with her information. She's a bit of a bell end. At the end there, when he's kind of trying to drag Uriel out of the stage, like, I can't. It's like, turn him. I need to see the nape of his neck. Move your fucking astrolabe over here then, you fucking bell end. Pick it up, bring it over here, because this guy's 4 foot fucking wide. What do you mean, turn him around? He's under planks, and you're over there. Just bring it around here, you bell end.
What is an astrolabe?
An astrolabe, another great word is what an astrolabe is. That, I think, is what it actually is. The golden compass you referred to earlier, it's an astrolabe. It's a medieval instrument for mapping the stars.
Well, you have got all of the words tonight. I'm very impressed with you.
I've worded up in several languages.
And can I add one more thing for my own learning knowledge on possession?
No.
No,
you can't.
What?
No. Bye, everybody. Good night. It's been a great night.
Smells, you've got bad smells and cold rooms. And I think another one is never be alone in this situation. Like, or is it? Like, that's the thing. Like, because everyone who's alone dies around a possessed. We're going back to The Exorcist where the priest is in the room on his own. Anyone left alone with a possessed person dies. So do you want to be in a group of people, but then who do you trust in that group?
Well, she was left alone, but they locked away Pedro.
And Jair was left alone with Grandma.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So never be alone, anybody.
Just in general, never be alone.
Just in general.
As Ronan Keating said as well.
Life is a roller coaster. Just got to ride it. The smile on your face lets you know that you're...
And on that note, we have got to the point where we have gone so thoroughly off topic that we are doing club singer impressions of 90s bangers. So I think it's about time we jump to rating and reviewing this movie. There's still so much to discuss. And again, this is going on the list with, I think, Exorcist and Hereditary of revisits down the line, where we need to do a Redux episode and cover all the shit that we didn't do. But that's a story for another day. We are going to rate and review this movie on 2 scales. 1, overall scares. 2, overall movie enjoyment. We rate them out of 10. We go Webb and Grizzly, then me. Willy Webborn, the floor is yours. Please give us your verdict.
This has developed over this podcast because, as I said, coming in, I wasn't scared because I separated myself. But then with all this background story-wise, and I kept mispronouncing the way the film, it's When Evil Lurks, but I kept asking where evil lurks.
Where?
Where does evil lurk?
I cannot see. Argentina. I just can't believe you have no empathy for Argentinian people.
Fuck. Where evil lurks? Not when, because you gave me the information in this, this is why it's really hard to condense this down, that it made it scarier because of all this backstory of these guys being bastards, that this happened around them where evil already lurked. They were all quite evil people as well, right?
Well, yeah. There's some sin in the background there. I forgot to even mention it. I can't believe we put this at the end, but the director said this was based on the effect of pesticides on rural communities in Argentina.
Incorrect. The design of Uriel, it was based off that. It was, yeah. It's a common misconception. I've heard on loads of people saying, "Oh, it's an allegory for the use of pesticides in Argentinian farmland and the effect it has on children." But I actually read that interview, and it's specifically the pustulous growths and everything on Uriel.
Okay, well, that's actually a better use of it then.
So
that's
fuck your
fantastic.
facts.
All right, thank you for correcting me.
Web and rate the movie.
Scary 5, straight down the middle. I thought this was straight down the middle of being tolerable with how scared I was and how gory, and the thinking of the way possession worked was scary, basically. So 5, straight down the middle. As for rating this film, it was just a brilliant film to watch. I haven't watched a very good film with subtitles in a long time as well. As you said, that maybe took me out of it. But I think it's a strong 7, this film. It was a great film. Really good. I really enjoyed this film, and thank you for upping the game in this last hour we've been talking.
Well, I'm very excited. I'm not going to say much more because it will go on the list, but this style of film, the intensity from director and writer Damian Rugna, this isn't his first film, Webborn. He has done a film before this, which is a straight-up ghost movie. I will say nothing more. It'll go on the list. That film is going to fucking murder your eyes.
Fantastic. I can't wait for this one too.
Oh, it was a small fart in the end. When you started talking, it got scared that a fart was coming out.
Moving on, Grizzly, rate and review the fucking movie.
I thought it was great. I thought it was really effective. I'm probably going to go with the same with Webbs, to be honest. I'm probably going to go with... Actually, I'll give it a 6 because I thought the really disturbing, horrible parts of it were so incredibly well done. Her using her own son's head as a fucking bag of sweets. The fucking XL bully scene was incredible. Just brilliant all over, and how gory and brutal it was. I'll give it a 6 for scares. And I thought this is... I do love a good foreign film. A 7 for me as well, for how good the film was. I thought it was great. Really loved
Excellent.
it.
I'd like to apologise for how frustrated I'm getting. I've noticed myself clock watching and realising that my evening tomorrow is going to be editing this down into a palatable chunk.
I totally get it. It's so hard to try and cut this short, though, because this was a good one.
This is a fucking great movie. I will go along the same lines, just for... You know, it's not spooky scary, but for the originality and for that pushing the boat out that Damian Rugna set out to achieve in making this movie. I think he fucking nailed it. As I say, the dog scene, you don't see it coming. You're not going to see it in another movie. And just for that alone, as well as you say, the popcorn-headed boy, mum's brain sloshing out of his skull, Haya's, neurotypical turn. It's just fucking great. I'm going to give it a 7 for scares, just for the originality alone. Overall movie enjoyment, I kind of didn't enjoy it as much on the second viewing. I noticed, I think the first time I saw it, it was so impactful and so much going on that I enjoyed it. Second time round, I noticed a few inconsistencies and maybe, I don't want to say cheapness in the actual filmmaking of it, but not enough to take me out. So I'm going to say overall enjoyment, I'm going to give it a 6.
Oh, okay.
And mainly, if you're wondering what I mean by that, the scenes are in the car has some of the fucking jankiest green screen of outside behind them.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking Days of Our Lives.
We didn't even speak about all the kids in the school. There's so much.
We didn't speak about
There's so
Pedro
much.
beating the shit out of a little girl with a car door.
Just slapping the fuck
There's so
out.
Yeah,
much.
there's so much. I love you guys. That was hard because there's so much.
I didn't think I'd have that much to talk about. We've got on for an
I
hour.
Yeah, I know.
Anything that you would like to plug before we find out what we're watching next week?
I would like to thank everyone engaging in social media and playing thank you likes on social media. Sorry, words. I've had a long day. I looked forward to this, and it shows how much, because we got so much we want to say. So thank you for everyone taking part in the social media.
I'd like to recommend Bloodborne. I've been fucking loving that recently. It's taken me a while to finally get into it, but I'm finally into this horrific gothic nightmare. Fuck me, it's a great game. Fair play. I've avoided it and just gone, I can't be fucked with this. And now I'm in there. I'm fucking in.
I'm going to recommend the movie Lisa Frankenstein. I watched that this week. Written by Diablo Cody, who did Jennifer's Body and Juno. Directed by Zelda Williams, Robin Williams' daughter. What a fucking great movie. If you like early Tim Burton and the movie Heathers, it's going to be right up your fucking street. What I won't recommend, unfortunately, is Shelby Oaks by Chris Stuckman. Watched it this week. I fucking hated that movie.
Haven't got round to it. I will eventually.
Oh, it's not my cup of tea. It's not to say it's bad. I just didn't enjoy it. Now, let's spin the goddamn movie wheel of doom and find out what movie we are subjecting little wet Willy Webborn pants to next week. Mr. Grizzly, do the honours.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this one. It's been a while. I haven't seen it in a bit. It Follows. So, Webbs, let us know. Give us a sentence what you think this one might be about. Don't say social media. I know you are.
No, it's really hard because It Follows. I'm just going to say, like, a creepy entity behind me. I don't know. What follows? It follows. Instantly, I thought the clown, but it's not that, is it?
It might be about a clown on social media. We just don't know.
Has he got an egg, though, Zach?
Oh, egg law. I meant to say clown law and I said egg law.
Is there anything else? Like, after the movie Wheel of Death, and I've guessed, what else do we talk about?
You give us a little blurb about next week's movie, and then while one of us is talking, you normally interrupt us by saying,
Bye!